you got a teenager who's an elite dancer complaining of ankle pain that comes and goes? Have you tried a podiatrist and still that ankle pain is not stopping? Hi there, it's Neesha from My Favorite Physio. In today's video, I'm jumping in to share with you a case study of a young girl who we met recently here in our clinic. So this 13-year-old girl came in with her mother. She's an elite dancer and competes at a national level. She actually dances 4 to 5 hours each day, 6 days a week. And this is very common for elite athletes that we see in our clinic. Now, mom reported that she's been complaining of pain that started a couple of weeks ago whenever she's walking. Now, one thing about elite athletes that we know is that they have a very high pain threshold. They are performance athletes, so they really will push themselves to get to the level that they want to. And these kids have very high pain threshold. They seldom complain of pain. They're used to a certain level of exercise and fatigue that they will push themselves through it. So for her to complain of pain when she's walking, it must be bad enough. So we had to look at her, and the reason why they came to us was they first wanted to go to a podiatrist, and the podiatrist said it's best to see a physiotherapist rather than just be putting orthotics to try to correct a problem when in reality it's perhaps something else that's going on. And that was fantastic for the podiatrist to say, let's have a look at all the muscles and perhaps a pediatric physiotherapist is best for you. So this 13-year-old girl turned up with ankle pain on the front of her foot, and she's had other physiotherapy sessions before, and they treated all around with just muscles and massaging. What they didn't actually address is the underlying cause of her ankle pain. And for an elite athlete like that who dances ballet, jazz, modern dance, they're often on their toes a lot, on point for ballet. And what we need to first look at is the calf muscle on the back of her leg. Now, this was not ever looked at, and really it is a common cause for that ankle pain on the front. They go on point, their calf muscles are overworked and tight, their Achilles tendon is pulling on that heel bone, which then makes it very hard for the foot to work well when they're walking. So the first thing we did was to treat that calf muscle and the Achilles tendon to relieve that muscle tightness and tension on the back of her leg. And we could find lots of muscle knots through her calf muscle. The second area to look at is the front of the foot. And to do so, you need to look at the shin muscles that go up to the knee. So all that muscle was really tight, and the tendons that go all the way down to her toes were inflamed and swollen. And when we worked on all those tendons, she actually felt pain and there was swelling sitting in there. We also noticed her big toe was also turning so that it was pointing outwards, and she was starting to develop a bunion at 13 years old. So it's really important to correct the alignment of the big toe, because that affects the tendons that go up into that muscle on the front of their shin. So it's really important that she starts wearing a toe separator to keep her big toe in alignment with the rest of her foot, so the tendons are now pulling correctly, stopping that consistent, repeated tension that gives her inflammation and pain in the front of her ankle. So that's the second area that needs to be looked at and treated to correct her ankle pain. The last section to look at is really the ligaments. So all around the ankle are ligaments on both sides, and her ligaments, like most ballet dancers and dancers that does jazz and tap, they're really swollen and inflamed because of repetitive use when they're dancing. And to dance 4 to 5 hours every day for 6 days a week, that's very high intensity exercise. So the ligaments are often overworked and inflamed, and often have been at such high tension that she doesn't realize that the chronic inflammation around the ankle and ligaments need treating. And so that's where we look at again. And this time around, we are using low intensity pulse ultrasound to settle that swelling and inflammation and promote ligamentous healing. So this young girl has started a 6-week program, and along the way, she will have national competitions and we will support her through there. We will do dynamic taping, we can do strapping to support her ankle to ensure that while she's performing, she's not doing further damage to her ankle, and we will always support our elite athletes to compete. So if you've got a teenager who's an elite athlete, experiencing recurrent ankle pain, having treatment, but just never ever really pain-free to be walking and dancing without limitations, what you need to do is to ring us here at My Favorite Physio, speak to one of our expert pediatric physiotherapists, find out how we can really treat the underlying cause for your child's ankle pain to stop recurrent ankle pain and swelling depending on their activity. The number to ring here at My Favorite Physio is 0297904233. And if you know somebody out there who has a teenager who does elite sports and is struggling because of ankle pain, why don't you like and share this video with them? Until next time, have a great day. Bye.